I think that what happened when I was starting out as an actor, nearly 20 years ago, there was a kind of mid-range of budget that you could make a film for. And that has kind of disappeared, not just in this country, but, I think in America as well, budgets have got really massive or really tiny. And that means that genre films have become really precious because they have an audience. They will always have a loyal audience. And I think what's happened is that the amazing opportunity of genre has just been incredibly welcoming towards filmmakers like myself, who maybe were drawn to genre, but, were mainly interested in just ideas. So we're kind of happy to work in any genre, or people who specifically wanted to work with horror, but in a very political way. Like, it's just been a fantastically welcoming space for people to work in what has been a very political time. So I think, increasingly, directors are responding to the social and political kind of the animated social and political times that we live in, and the mid-range dramas that might have existed at one time have gone, and so they're moving into the horror space because the people are there, the audience is there, the money is there to make films that deal with difficult, sensitive, intelligent ideas. And that is fantastic, and I mean, actually, I think that has always been the case with horror. When you watch Cronenberg films, or if you're watching The Innocents, you're seeing horror always dealing with the kind of big political ideas. But really the genre is having to be like incredibly welcoming to loads of filmmakers coming in to work in it now, because the space for that in other genres has really disappeared. But I think it's great because, I mean, I've just seen so many amazing horror films in the last kind of 5 years, and you could really say that we're living through a golden era for the genre, and long may it continue. I have nothing but positive associations for the word horror. And in fact, because I've been alive in the last 10 years and have seen that genre really kind of tackle and start amazing conversations about race and gender and, immigration and, major kind of important topics. Whereas I think drama has really struggled to do that, in terms of contemporary politics. I mean, obviously there's always the kind of period films made which deal with important topics, but like, it's very difficult nowadays to make a film where you're really kind of dealing with a social issue, an important social issue of the age, and make that as a drama. I mean, there is nothing but, for me, a feeling of pride about being part of the amazing history of horror and being part of what it is today. I mean, as to whether or not a horror film ever wins an Oscar, I mean, I don't know, like, I'm inclined to think, does it really matter? I think great films are great films. They stand the test of time. You can say, I made a great movie, whether it won an Oscar or not. But I guess, I suppose it's important for them making money. But I guess horror films have always made money anyway. So, I mean, I'm not really sure it matters. It's not like you can't say it's not an amazing genre that hasn't produced some of the greatest films ever made.
How are you, Thomas? Settling in?